I'm Conrad Bahr, C-Red, and it's time for another Pigskin preview. Today we will be looking at the 2024 football season for the Harmony Eagles. We'll get right into the preview after this word from Gilmer Tire and Auto.
Gilmer Tire and Auto services all automobiles, tractors, trailers, ATV, UTVs, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, and a whole lot more. Owned and operated by Jonathan Sullivan, Gilmer Tire and Auto has brand name new tires, good used tires, and the only place that has 18-wheeler tires. They do realignment, shocks, all fluids, oil changes, and more. They check out GilmerTireandAuto.com. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturday till noon. Located 1221 Highway 271 north of Gilmer. Call 903-797-0142. Gilmer Tire and Auto, our customers always come first.
The Harmony Eagles are under the direction of head coach Brian Mauk. They're in District 9 3A Division II, Region 3. They returned 4 starters on offense and 5 starters on defense. Last year they went 10-3 overall and 6-0 in district. They were also the 3A Division II regional semifinalist. I had a chance to sit down with head coach Brian Mauk. Here's my interview with the coach. All right, we have Harmony head football coach and athletic director Brian Mauk. Coach, appreciate you taking the time to join us. And I know this will be your first interview as head football coach and athletic director here with KMOO, on behalf of Harmony. Now, I know you're familiar with these parts. Obviously, your wife graduated here, so I know you have a lot of family ties here and things of that nature. But to get started, of course, we do have new people that come into Harmony, new people that come into KMOO country. So we do want to give you a brief introduction. Tell us about your coaching background. Tell us about, maybe some previous stops you had. And then also tell us what, got you into high school athletics and football in general.
Absolutely. So I originally got into football because I remember when I graduated and I wasn't real sure what I wanted to do, but I knew I loved being a part of a team. And so I wanted to get back into that aspect of sports. And so coaching was just kind of a draw to me because I love the locker room experience, being on a team, how difficult it is to try to accomplish something together. So I love that. I first started out, I graduated from the SFA, and I went to work for a guy named Lucky Gamble in Alto, Texas in 2000. And then from there, I went to Gilmer and was on Coach Traylor's staff, Coach Jeff Traylor, and he was very influential. The 1 year I was there, learned a lot about coaching from him and his staff at Gilmer. None do it better than them. And then from there, I had a chance to go back to Alto, went back to where I graduated from and worked for a guy named Buddy Blair at Union Hill. And then from Union Hill, went to Pine Tree, met up with Tim Russell, who's become one of my really good friends. Came to Harmony. Me and Tim got reconnected at Harmony for, it's probably about 12 years. Had a great run. In the last 2 years, I've worked for Jeremy Jenkins, has become a really good friend and learned a lot of football from him as well.
Before we go into talking about last season a little bit, just kind of tell the Harmony community what was the reason for you wanting to take the head football job and athletic director at the helm with your background and being here for so many years.
Absolutely. So I've been here for 15 years, and when the opportunity arose for me to do this job, this community has been so good to me and my family, and this is home, and I love the people in this community, and I wanted to give back to them because they had been so good to me, that I wanted to give back to them and try to continue the tradition and the way that we treat young people in Harmony ISD. So I just wanted to give back to a community that's given so much to me.
Okay, I know you were on staff last season. Obviously, Coach Jenkins has left to go to another program down in South Texas at East Bernard. But talk about last season and talk about the specific senior class that graduated.
Absolutely. So the senior class, they were incredible. They were winners to the core, and whatever sport it is, they wanted to win in. And kind of the ringleader of that was Boston Seahorn, and he prided himself on excelling in every sport that he participated in, and that was very contagious amongst that class. And they kind of set the bar of winning is the expectation, and that's kind of the norm across every sport and everything they do. Those guys will be missed because their work ethic and practice when no one was looking was outstanding. They set such a great example, but No, that class has raised the bar and has changed Harmony Athletics for the better, most definitely.
All right, so tell us about some players or position groups that you're excited about coming back, or anybody that may be under the radar that we may not have heard about that you think you're going to expect big things from this year.
Of course, football is the ultimate team sport, and usually the guys that you don't see or don't get their names called out are some of the most vital. So I'm real excited about our offensive line. Because we graduated some offensive linemen that were really good, but we bring some back that are really good. And that's probably one of my favorite groups because they get no recognition. What they do, they are the true servant and selfless. So I want to start there. You're going to hear Samar Jones's name called a lot, but it's really because our line is good. But Samar Jones and Victor Rodriguez, Jordan Escalante, Blaine Hart, Jake Ryder, that's some of the names you're going to hear called out on Friday night. You'll hear Reese Ellison, Cy Strasner, Cooper Pickett, and a lot of those guys, but the real heroes are those linemen that no one ever says their name.
Anybody defensively we're going to hear about, or any position groups that are returning, or any that may need some growth?
Absolutely. Well, Samar Jones saw a lot of action last year in the secondary. Matter of fact, he started the game against Newton. And he saw a lot of action, so we'll expect big things out of him coming back this year. Reese Ellison played a lot of linebacker for us last year. Expect a lot of good things out of him. And the defensive line, Keelan Coleman, Kason Cox, and Connor Ellison are 3 returning starters. So we're really expecting big things out of them. A lot of other guys that may not have got the same playing time but played on a really good JV and have worked really, really hard are going to pitch in and be equally as important, but those guys kind of bring back the success at the level that we've been, and those other guys will fall in, no doubt.
I realize every year all staffs evaluate what they did at the end of the season. Now, I know you guys had a head coaching change, but kind of tell us, are there anything in particular that you might have done different this offseason? Obviously, with a head coaching change, there probably is, but tell us anything in particular that you guys might have done a little bit differently that you haven't done in the past at Harmony.
When I took over in February, it was a little bit different because we had a lot of success, and so the last thing you want to do is change something that's working. And so the number one thing was to evaluate what have we done well that will transition to this group, and then the next thing is what is it that this group needs that maybe what we have been doing doesn't address that. So the first thing we did was I think Harmony Athletics is known for tough kids that work hard, so we just made that kind of the core of our program. And we went in the weight room and we just every single day, every single one of us worked hard, and we just kind of started continuing to build that, hey, our program is built on hard work, and so we just worked hard in the weight room every single day.
I know you were telling me a little bit before we started recording this interview about some coaching changes you had this offseason. So can you tell us about any additions or any departures you might have had? And, of course, how are the additions going to benefit your other coaches that have already been here, and then your kids as well?
Absolutely. So first we'll start with those leavings. Obviously, Coach Jeremy Jenkins went to East Bernard, and we're really excited for him and the opportunity he has down there. He also, with him going to East Bernard, is our basketball coach from last year, Justin Jones, and we're really excited for him. Wish those guys the best. Our offensive coordinator and offensive line coach, David Wilbanks, is now the head football coach at Queen City, and he's going to do great stuff there. He is a great guy. Queen City is very fortunate to have him. Some of the guys that we were able to bring in was first my baseball coach, Cody Whitworth, is going to step up and be the defensive coordinator. He brings a passion to the game, and so real excited to see what he's going to do. And then went out and got a guy named Chris Langford, who had been on Longview staff and been at Gladewater as a top-notch offensive line coach, and also going to be the offensive coordinator, and really excited about him, his experience, and he kind of brings a toughness and an edge to our offense. So really excited and like that. And then hired some younger guys who are going to try to keep, because I'm telling you, they're pretty good. It's going to be hard to hang on to them in the future because they are some bright coaching stars coming up.
This is a redistricting year. Obviously, you do have a different non-district schedule compared to last year as well. So tell us about your schedule, and tell us about maybe some opponents that Harmony maybe not have seen as much in non-district, and then also tell us about your new district that you have this upcoming year and what your thoughts are.
Absolutely. So we open up with Hooks, and Hooks is no stranger to us. We played them 3 times in the last 2 years. This will be the 4th, and it's always been a good game. So we're going to open with Hooks. Looking forward to that because they're a good team. Kind of get to see where we are first week, and then we go to Sabine. That's a little different one for us. It's been a while since we played Sabine, but Coach Gilbert does a great job at Sabine. We will definitely have our hands full with them, and then we come back and we play Beckville and DeKalb again. We played them the last 2 years. Top-notch programs. Definitely get to see what kind of football team you have in those 4 games. We don't back down from tough stuff. We embrace it, and we look forward to the challenge and see where we are and what we need to work on going into district. And then in district, being in the district with Grand Saline, Edgewood, and Lone Oak, and Quitman, before this last realignment, so kind of familiar with them. Chisholm and Prairie Land haven't been in the district with them, but from what I've seen and what I've heard and what I know of their programs is they're very well coached, a bunch of tough kids that work hard. I think it's anybody's district, and a lot of close games and just good football. I think it's going to be a lot of good district football games.
Yes, sir. All right, anything else you got for KMOO or the community going into year 1 of being head football coach and athletic director here at Harmony?
Appreciate the support the community has shown. That means a lot to me and my family, is that just the feeling of hey, let's all get on board. And matter of fact, our theme this year is going to be together. Everything that we do, we want to be united and be together through the good times, the bad times, whatever it is. So I appreciate the community and the support that they have shown me, my family, my staff. The kids definitely feel that. This is a very special place to be, and it's because of the people in our community.
Our Coach Mauk, well, thank you so much. Good luck in year 1 of being head football coach and athletic director, and we will see the Harmony Eagles very soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate all y'all do. Appreciate the coverage for our sports.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
The Harmony Eagles will begin their 2024 football season at home versus the Hooks Hornets. I want to thank head coach Brian Mauk for taking the time to sit down with us for this preview. I also want to thank Gilmer Tire and Auto for sponsoring this Harmony Pigskin preview. Tomorrow we will begin our next Pigskin preview with the 2024 football season for the Winona Wildcats, brought to you by R&C Beverage Mart. I'm Conrad Bahr, C-Red, and you've been listening to the Butler7media Pigskin preview for the Harmony Eagles. Thanks for listening and have a great evening.
Gilmer Tire and Auto services all automobiles, tractors, trailers, ATV, UTVs, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, and a whole lot more. Owned and operated by Jonathan Sullivan. Gilmer Tire and Auto has brand name new tires, good used tires, and the only place that has 18-wheeler tires. They do realignment, shocks, all fluids, oil changes, and more. They check out GilmerTireandAuto.com. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturday till noon. Located 1221 Highway 271 north of Gilmer. Call 903-797-0142. Gilmer Tire and Auto, our customers always come first.